Okpeworoye! 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 I know they see Oye for comment section. Okpeworo! Oye! Akpako rescue! Oye! Akpako wonder! Oye! Seki Ogyoba and the Ogyoba Association. How do you people feel now? How do you people feel now? Okpeworo Oye. Who is the first? What could I write Oye for comment section? What could I write Oye? Okpeworo Oye. Okpeworo Oye. Oh, Seki Ogyoba. Oh, now you come with this. Seki Ogyoba. Hey, oh no, it just say you know. You for not follow. As Oshomole say, come and do governor. You for tell us you know they come. You not come better pass this one. Seki Ogyoba, you not come. It better pass this one. Share the video. Make we start the video. When he feel say he wanted feel say that he smart pass. The video of the plan where now we want start. Now we want to start this video. Listen to her. Listen to her. All wait till you talk here, that's what you do. That's what you do.
Before I end my speech, as you know, Your Royal Majesty, I just arrived this morning. About this same time yesterday in Leiden, in the Netherlands, the Benin Dialogue Group had a meeting. And for those of you who don't know, the Benin Dialogue Group is made up of all the prominent museums in Europe, members of the Royal Court, and officials of the government of Edo State. At that meeting yesterday,
let me listen to Ogyoba. Who be this man? Kelly. Let me do this video. He say Obaseki, the first Edo State runaway. The first Edo State runaway. Ole Buruku. Oji. Oga Planwe. Ole Buruku. Ole. That's why I get one video when they do that time. Obaseki Ole. Obaseki Ole. Who see that video when I said that to me? Ole Buruku. Tiffy Jankoriko. See now, all your plan. No one goes, no one stand. No one. Not be you get artifact. Not be your papa palo. They forgot call it artifact. Then it don't artifact. All the years when artifact they deal with them, they compensate them with money. You carry that money, you all use EAA money, you just change, you betrayed our house. You say that you smart pass. Today, breaking news, my people. Breaking news. The government, Senator Modo Okpeworo, the entire government of our time, he don't revoke that land. So that site now belongs to Benin Central Hospital. Benin Central Hospital. All of them, when they talk that time, say, Okpeworo, they build the hospital for Urua. Edo South, it need hospital. Edo South need hospital. They expect all of them go, they come out now, they run part for social media, say, Benin Central Hospital, they come. Benin Central Hospital, they come. Last time I checked now, I never see any of them run part. We do video last time. We let people know. We beg governor, say, I beg governor, look into Edo State. We need extra. We need extra hospital. Look into Edo State. We need the extra hospital. Look into our place. We need extra hospital. Una don't forget now. Nobody don't come out now. Don't go give out kudos. Make we plan continue. We get a lot of our leaders when we follow all this broadcast today. Our Baba years they come now. Okay.
We decided, and I assured the group that Benin Royal Museum will be built and completed before the 20th of October in 3 years' time.
Wait till you call am. Benin what? Wait till una hear. Wait till Sekiogiomba talk. Wait till una hear there. Make I plan small, make my papa carry on.
I just arrived this morning. About this same time yesterday in Leiden, in the Netherlands, the Benin Dialogue Group had a meeting. And for those of you who don't know, the Benin Dialogue Group is made up of all the prominent museums in Europe, members of the Royal Court, and officials of the government of Edo State. At that meeting yesterday, we decided, and I assured the group, that a Benin Royal Museum will be built and completed before the 20th of October in 3 years' time. We also got the commitment of the group that they were going to return many of the works that were taken from the palace during the unfortunate expedition in 1897. Your Royal Majesty, I believe that this is a befitting birthday present for you. Congratulations. About this same time yesterday in Leiden, in the Netherlands, the Benin Dialogue Group had a meeting. And for those of you who don't know, the Benin Dialogue Group is made up of all the prominent museums in Europe, members of the Royal Court, and officials of the government of Edo State. At that meeting yesterday, we decided, and I assured the group, that a Benin Royal Museum will be built and completed before the 20th of October in 3 years' time. We also got the commitment of the group that they were going to return many of the works that were taken from the palace during the unfortunate expedition in 1897. Your Royal Majesty, I believe that this is a befitting birthday present for you. Congratulations.
Okay, my people, una hear am loud and clear. Wabi, una hear am, not be only me one hear am. Una hear am. I just say make I just play that small video, make una understand where we dey come from. Una hear am from Sekiogiomba, when let us know. He ever say congratulations. So by the end of the day, Benin Royal Museum, when people arm club, they clap hand for am. When he say na so they come back from Netherlands. Whose cassette una come hear at last? Wait till una come hear from Sekiogiomba at last. Now wait till he talk, now he do. So my people, when una go see us, they come out, they stand our stand. Nobody fit catch us, carry catch us. No be this time. We not there for the time of Oba Ovorame. Even our power in day here, our prince win day here. Eh baba omana mo pia amugama. Moviodo. Moviodo. We all for Chester. Not be now. Sekiogiomba will come use plan way system. Come say you won't consider attack us again. We not green. I hope una hear clear. Somebody write am here say the first name here Edo State governor, the first runaway governor, only governor wey no hand over by the end of the day na run e dey. E hand clean, na him dey make am dey run. So I go leave her for my area father make he moderate this particular broadcast. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate you all. Please make una dey welcome my Baba for comment section, Prince Joseph Igeho. Make una help me welcome am. Please, Baba not create a time to come address us, to come talk to us. We need to appreciate am. A lot of them, the day when you go call, they'll tell you, say they just they come back from work, they tired. But the power is always ready. So we can welcome her for comment session, and we still tell our power say we not get anything we will give her, but we go try, a date of birthday. And we go they appreciate time, see they celebrate time. So I believe my congregate Christy go agree with me for that. And let our day when they fly, they don't send that to us. So during this broadcast, we'll carry mat, go all of them. Thank you, Yera Father. Up to you, sir. Thank you. Mute yourself, my leader.
Hola, Coco. Thank you for taking your time to do this. In even as much as I know, say they use Edo matter today. So as usual, I greet your fans, and I greet also those who know they support you, because we are all Edo people. So Edo it will not be your rate will normal figure. If you thing. So era man, my honorable Prince, you are welcome to your house, and I give you the floor, make you see greet your people before we start.
Okay. Wahia wabota wabe venere. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Depends on your time zone, wherever you are. It's a pleasure coming to your place of domain to share this broadcast with all of you. And I'm pleased to be here. And I think the topic we want to discuss today is a very lively one. And it's a serious matter. And we all have a stake in it. Welcome, everyone. Wahia Wabukia.
Right. So before we start out, make I just explain some kind of thing. Today, Ola Coco, today is the explanation day, telling the people the truth. Today is not too much goes back, so that people will won't hear the real Coco thing. Please call us. Spend the minutes that you used to call to ask questions or contribute. If say you want insult well, another day now we go do it, because that one go take time. Come, maybe you have some important thing you want to say. The truth, not be Ola Koko, know everything finish. So spend that time to contribute to it, rather than the one who will take the go to say, I swear I wasted time in so that our Baba here, we are coming out to debunk a lot of things. The reason why we are out today, one, to clarify that Mowaa. Two, why is Edo community worldwide not coming out with a press statement or one thing or the other as a community, as a group? Three, what is the way forward? How to reawaken our youth so that in the near future, something like this, they will not be fooled again by the politician. And four, which is the most important one, according to our Baba, we thank God that 1897 did not repeat itself, because what happened that day, it was a setup, setting up Edo people up, thinking that they know we will be provoked, they know we will retaliate. then I wish we have retaliated violently. So it was a planned work, but history repeats itself. But this was the real defeat, because the first time the evil will get victory. When you go to say won't get victory again, at that time, the Enika, our ancestors. So we had our victory. So now all those points now we'll talk about, because in this world, if you don't ask the right question, the truth will not come to you. The question you ask will determine the answer where you won't get. Ola Koko, is this right? If you ask a wrong question, now the answer now will give to you, will tell you the really truth. Until you are able to ask the right question, then the truth will come out. So, as I said before, Pale, once more again, you are welcome.
Thank you.
As a grandson of Baolua, who was in 1874 to 1474 to 1480. So you are
75 to 1480.
Thank you, sir. So you are an insider. So, sir, can you please enlighten us concerning that Mowaa, all what have transpired, because it is very, very obvious that our father has spoken. He explained everything about what happened during the conceivement of this Mowaa, and at the end of it all, not what was planned with the with Obaseki. That is not what materialized at the ending of it all. So that is why we are in this junction. And those were the things our father talk about with parable. We don't expect him to just explain everything with parable, which a lot of people did not understand, because the truth was there. So, sir, on the first question, so go ahead and explain to us the Mowaa issue, why it's so important to us. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother, my kinsman, Nola Koko. Thank you very much for putting up this program. It's a truth be told. He said the truth is where it is until you get there. The truth is where it is until you get there. He said, if they think they can mock us, they can deceive us, we are not children anymore. We understand every handwriting on the wall. We can read it, we can interpret it. Mowaa or Moab, whatever they call it, was not conceived by Godwin Obaseki. This museum was first conceived by Oba Irediawa. That's where this a museum of it was first conceived. It lingered on till our present Oba. That's the museum, Oba Ewari Ogidigan, that the museum was going to be built. Oba Godwin Norega, the son of Aro, promised to build the museum in 3 years. It was the Royal Museum. Then from the Royal Museum, then they started Edo Museum. The name was changed to Edo West Africa Museum. Along the line, he removed the E and left Moa. What happened from the Royal Museum to Edo Museum, Edo West Africa Museum, not to Moa? What happened to the E? How suddenly, okay, Royal Museum, if you say you change it from Royal Museum to Edo West Africa Museum, it's reasonable. But why suddenly After the house has been built, the museum has been built already. Suddenly the heat disappeared. That is the question we all need to ask. Now, I've listened to somebody this evening. I was listening to Channel TV. The guy, I forgot the guy's name. And he said the museum was built by private donor. If I were there, I would have asked him, if you said the museum were built by private donor, how come those state governor, invested 3-point-something billion into the museum? Where did he get the money from? The 3-point-something billion that were donated by the Edo State governor, Godwin Ogega said, the son of Ago. Where did he get the money from? That was Edo State money. Okay? Forgive me. I've made up my mind since yesterday never to add Obaseki to his name. I will tell you the reason. Obaseki is a title. It's not his father's name.
Epao, so sorry to go fear your one. There is nothing like forgive there. Go ahead, sir. Name
Okay.
is going to say it. Agbera just running it.
Good. So his father's name is Aho. Obaseki is a chieftaincy title in Benin that was given to his father when Oba Ovurame appreciated his good work and make him a chief, Chief Obaseki. So when Epa Ago died, the chieftaincy title is not an hereditary in Benin. That title was not an hereditary. So when Epa Ago died, that chieftaincy title died with him. It was not transferred to his children. I said it about 2 days ago. Let somebody come out in Benin and say there is a chief called Obaseki, Chief Obaseki. We don't have Chief Obaseki in Benin. We don't have it in Benin. We don't have it in Oba Palace. So when Chief Ago Obaseki died, the title died with him. So we should call it what it is. His name is Godwin Nogegase Ago, the former governor of Edo State. Because the title would have continued if any of the Obaseki children become Obaseki of Benin. Please get it right. That Obaseki title would have continued till today, till tomorrow, if there were any of his sons who took up that title. None of his children is called Chief Obaseki of Benin. And today, nobody is called Obaseki. There is no such a title. So that is why, by right, I will call him the ex-governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Nogegase Ago. That is where it ends. That is his official name. Obaseki is not a part of it. Okay? So, when the then governor, the ex-governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin, knew about them when he went to Germany with our crown prince, when he knew about the money that was coming with the artifacts, that's where the problem started. Godwin Nogegase Ago was not interested in the artifact. He was only interested in the money. Godwin have nothing to do with artifact. Okay, so now the German who gave part of the artifact, they still have some of them with them. The Netherlands give a part, they still have some of them with them by contract. Now, those artifacts were supposed to be in the museum. That's why they all came to see Even they themselves were surprised that those artifacts were not in the museum when they went there on Sunday. Okay, you are building an historic monument in Edo State, in Benin Kingdom, without the custodian. The Oba of Benin is the custodian of Benin Kingdom. He is also the custodian of the land, and he is the custodian of the artifact. So you want to build an historic monument in Benin Kingdom, present-day Edo State, Nigeria, without the consent of the Oba of Benin. You must be a madman to conceal such a thing. So you are coming to somebody's house uninvited. Well, thank God that our father said it yesterday. He said it's more or less like 1897. It's almost repeating himself again.
Sir, my question for you.
Yes, sir.
Because we all saw that the EU is a body, comprises of a lot of nations. They have their different ambassador. While the states, the countries inside, also have their ambassador representative. So it was two ambassadors there, the German ambassador and the EU representative, let's call it ambassador. How is that possible? That these two important people holding two important positions did not deem it fit to first and foremost notify the governor, which is according to protocol. That is the way it's supposed to be. Because if they're in Nigeria, the Nigerian foreign minister knows that the EU representative is in Nigeria on that issue. Because those are the diplomatic section. Now, coming to Edo State, please, sir, I want you to touch that angle. Why was the governor and our Oba not informed? Is it that these two people were in agreement? Because this was a known fact, and they knowingly did what they did. So, are you sure that is it a mistake or they did it knowingly that it will annoy the Edo people, to provoke the Edo people to repeat that same thing, so that we can be badly labeled internationally, so that they can have their way? So, sir, touch on it.
Okay, I think what happened on Sunday was not a mistake. It was orchestrated and well designed by Oyenocha, the Godwin manager in Lagos.
If I take go on, Ola Koko, I want send Ekpenede, or we send me, wa beg Ekpenede, wa umwe duku, or send or no day by man.
Okay, so what happened yesterday on Sunday was planned by the Godwin business manager, the man in charge of the museum, Oyenocho. His name doesn't really matter that much anyway. And with Godwin, they wanted to spike two people. They wanted to spike the Oba of Benin and the governor of Edo State. Godwin knew the reaction of the Benin people. He knew it, that Benin people would not accept it. Okay, fine. They were supposed to open the museum on Monday, right? I saw the leaflet.
Yes.
On Monday, the 10th of November 2025, by 7 a.m. in the morning, I saw the leaflet. Okay. If it's not an evil plan, Why do they move it from Monday to Sunday? No. Why do they move it from Monday to Sunday? Because Sunday was the official day of the opening. Listen, I have no problem. I have no beef with the ambassadors or the visitors, because they did what they were told to do. The visitors.
No, sir. No, sir. You have explained the runaway governor part. I mean, as a diplomat, according under the EU law, is the German ambassador and the EU representative not supposed to know that he must follow protocol.
Okay.
Because the reason why we are doing it, it goes in two ways, sir. This is blunt disrespect to we the black people. Let's keep Benin aside. Because in Europe, such thing will never take place. Me and you knows it. 100%. They will follow protocol. Now, still coming, because it's two ways I'm looking at it. They disrespect us as black people, and secondly, they also disrespect me and you as a Benin people, because we should not look at it that it is because the issue or the Mowaa was in Edo State. So if that EU minister has that same character, he will still repeat that same thing in other African countries. Because this is what I'm trying to point out.
Yeah,
that
I understand your point. Sir,
thank you, sir.
I
Go ahead.
understand your point very well.
Go ahead, sir.
The issue we are dealing with here, let me use this added in Benin language. I want Fenorogwa. Okay? Now, the delegates were playing by the rule book that were given to them by Oyenocho and Obaseki. And sorry, not Obaseki, Godwin, the former governor of Edo State. Okay? So the visitors knew that the museum was supposed to be open on Monday. They knew it. But it was Oyenocho and Godwin who told them, well, if we do it on Monday, we're going to have a problem. So let's do it on Sunday. Okay? Nobody will know about it. Even for me, I was not aware of it until I saw Albert shouting on the TV, shouting on the media, oh, we have defeated the Oba of Benin. We have defeated the governor. I said, what is going on that you have defeated the Oba of Benin and defeated the governor? When I look at it very well, it was live program from the museum ground that they are doing a ceremony. That's why telephone call were moving up. And even those that were going to the church, stopped going to the church, they will move down there. So it was orchestrated by Oyenocho and Godwin to secretly officially open the museum. To say, yeah, it is a private company. We have, how can it be even if, no, okay, truth be told, if that place were to open officially, they would, you know what? All people from America, people from Canada, people from all walks of life would have tripped into Edo State to witness the opening of that museum. But because of greed and selfishness of Godwin and Oyenocho, who believe that they own Benin. Benin is not owned by Godwin or Oyenocho, and the land where which they built the museum belong to the Oba of Benin. I'm not interested in Nigeria. I'm not interested in Edo State governor. All I'm saying is that as far as Benin Kingdom is concerned, the home of culture, you cannot come to Benin and behave stupidly and not expect what you got on Sunday.
Okay, sir. Another question for you. Ehenacho or in Muda in Naridi will not say he was not aware what is about to come, or the refusal from the Benin and from the royal house and the governor 2 days before that Sunday. The governor have already said they should wait that proper investigation. So please enlighten us about this stubbornness from these Easterners, who is the right-hand man of Obaseki, to be disrespecting. As an Igbo man, he's supposed to know that this thing, the Benin will react, and it will be of the thing can spill over, that an Igbo man is disrespecting us. So, and doing it in a way that will offend us, and in the direction that is so holy to us. So please touch light on it.
Yeah. Ojenokio, whatever his name is, there's a dead in Benin. Or where Oriobega can modio weji. Obomoto oji. Oriobe. Ona can modio weji vevo. Obomoto oji. Ojenokio, no matter how stupid he is, he was being led by Godwin, because he's the Godwin manager. They said he's the one managing Godwin business in Lagos. So he's the one managing the museum. So Oyenocho, because he's so stupid and daft, when Godwin left office as a governor, he should have officially write a letter to the governor of Edo State to say, yes, power have changed hands. A new sheriff is in town. We have come to pay homage to you regarding this museum. That this is the step we are taking. And this is what we are about to do. Then, if he is afraid to go to the palace, Oyenocho will say, well, this is a culture issue. Please, can you help us speak to the palace on this issue, please? Because there's nothing we can do in Benin Kingdom without the palace being present. The governor would have then moved to the palace and notified the palace what is going on. Because Godwin has already told Oyenocho, whatever I said, stand in Benin. Okay? Oyenocho being stupid, I don't blame him. I blame Godwin, the ex-governor. Because Oyenocho, as an Igbo man, he knew that coming to Benin to do such a rubbish thing, the Benin will revoke. But Godwin, the ex-governor, has already assured Oyenocho, whatever I say, stand. Do it the way I want you to do it. If not, why did Godwin himself not come to Benin? You who built a museum, first in its kind in West Africa, they want to open the museum. You are not there. No. For example, you build a magnificent building. No, credit to the building. I love the building. It is a magnificent monument in Benin or in West Africa at large. But you who laid the foundation, you are not there to celebrate the opening of that foundation.
Go ahead, Paulo. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. You who laid the foundation, and the foundation was built, and the house is built. Now they want to open the house. You are not there. Something is wrong. Something is totally wrong. You who laid the foundation, you are not there to do the opening of the house. You thought you have spent 3.something billion naira to contribute to the building, and you are not there for the opening. You are not sick. You are still very, very much alive. I heard that you are still here in London. Okay? While they were doing the opening of the building, you were here. I heard that you were in Manchester. Huh? So if all the ambassadors that came flew from wherever they were to Nigeria, and you could not come to join them in celebration, then which means something is wrong with you. You understand me? Because every man that built a house, we want to be there for the opening of that house. Okay, so what Oyenocho was doing he was doing it because that's what Godwin, the former governor, asked him to do. As a manager, he has no choice.
Okay, sir. The next question, Olakoko, before I throw it the next question, please, Omanwe, accepting or sending the link, they accepted.
Yeah, Omaya Pierre.
Okay, so, okay, Epao, please, can you please now the most important question, the reason why we are out today. Why is the elders in diaspora, when I say elders, if our father today decide to leave Benin Kingdom and arrive in England, land in England, the Prime Minister will know, the Mayor of London will know, and the Ambassador will know, and the next leader that the Oba will ask of is the leader of Edo community. Am I correct, sir?
Very true.
So, from America to Europe and other West Africa countries where we have Edo community, why are they silent? Is it because some elders, which me and you know are in PDP, are Obaseki supporters? So is it not, why are these elders also not placing the interests of Edo people above their political affiliation? Why is our elders keeping silent? Because this silent, it is purposely. It is not that they don't know. They know. So a lot of them are in PDP, a lot of them are in APC. I know maybe they are wrangling. Nobody can agree on because they are on two different sides. Are they not supposed to know that it is Edo first before any political parties? Why our leaders, our elders in Europe are quiet? Because if you go to social media, this is what the youth are saying. We are the last time we were in TikTok, people also ask you this question. They are annoyed that say, why our elders keep it silent? So as an elder man, maybe a member of also Edo community, I'm also part of it also. Why are we making this mistake? I'm the PRO of Edo community, Vienna. Thank you, sir.
Okay, it's a fine question you have asked. Why are the elders keeping quiet? The truth is that they are not keeping quiet. Because the reason why I say they are not keeping quiet, because I am a member of Benin Union in London here. Okay? We meet once in a month, the last Sunday of the month. Okay? We discuss every issue that has to do with Benin, the current and fair. We do it every last Sunday of the month. They are not keeping quiet. They are talking. Okay? And in their own way, they are talking because of where no magua everon or everoiko. Now, they are talking. Not all of them are. I think what you were expecting, you want to see a lot of them on the social media. I would say to that, all of them.
If not a social media, sir, there must be a press briefing.
Yeah.
United one.
Yes.
Thank you,
sir. In Benin here, I so much praise. Okay, we have two leaders here in Benin. We have the Odionwere of Benin. We have the Odionwere from Benin Palace. And we have the Benin Union president, which is elected. Now, the Odionwere Council are very, very active. And the Benin Union president is very, very active. Okay? Now, when you talk about press briefing, why are they not doing press briefing? Okay, today's one.
That is to condemn what you said they are doing, sir. I believe you, but Europe is not aware about the silent underwork what they are doing. If there is a press release,
Mm.
united, standing that we are against this thing, we are for this, and we are also against the reflux, those talk that has been employed by Obaseki to be insulting our royal house, I believe it will also have a headway. Then other people will also know that. Maybe I give you an example, like in England now, if there is a press release from the Edo way and also the Edo community, the Edo people will know that, oh, this is a stand. I know not everybody will agree, because not everybody will is Edo, but this is a stand of we, because we are the representative of Edo people. So we must air our view. Either we are supporting the Obaseki, or we said no, we are against this thing. But our silence, doing something underground, is unknown to the youth, and the youth is now annoyed that their elders are keeping quiet. You heard it loud and clear that day, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, based on that note, what you just said now, the Ojo Way Council is a body, okay? They meet also once in a month. The Benin Union is also a body. They meet once in a month, okay? Their president cannot just on his own write a letter, okay? I remember a few times we've written serious letters. We always meet to deliberate. It's okay, this is what we want to do, and this is where we want to do it. This issue now we are talking about now happened about a few days ago, okay? Just about 3 days ago now. And today is what? Today is 11, right? The next meeting is going to be at the end of the month. I think the last Sunday of the month is even on our WhatsApp chat. The topic is going on our WhatsApp chat, okay? Because we have the Benin Union in London have a WhatsApp chat. Just the way we are talking now, the WhatsApp chat is full of this discussion, okay? Including me. We are all talking on the WhatsApp chat. Every time I post on our WhatsApp. Everybody is talking about it. So, but if we are going to make a press statement, an official letter, the president on his own cannot just write a letter. We have to meet the last Sunday. After that meeting, then what you are saying now, because whenever we write a letter, we always publish it on our WhatsApp group, okay? Because we cannot post it outside our WhatsApp group, except it's okay if we are saying we want to send it to Benin, okay? Then we'll now put it on whether we go through other newspaper to be published in Benin. But to be sincere with you, everything we are doing, we are not shy. Okay, we are Benis. We are Benin first before PDP, before APC, before Labour. Okay, I'm telling you my own fact now, what I know about the Benin Union. We are not quiet, and we are very vocal, and we are very, when it comes to the palace, we don't give a fuck to anyone, and we don't joke with it. So to Ojo Way Council. So a lot is we are doing, except you not say, okay, like in London now, we don't really have any other place you can post. We only post within our WhatsApp group, right?
Okay, sir. You just gave an instance with the region, the location where you are residing, which is in London.
Yes, sir.
Quite understood. In a place like in America, they have 52 states, Canada, in Europe also, where I am also, we are all silent. You cannot still tell me that what you just explained, that the way you people has been acting or what you have been doing in Edo Union, the one you belongs to, that is not what is taking place in Austria or in Germany. What is taking place, that is making a lot of us to, there are things when it comes to Benin, when it comes to emergency. The president, in reality, if not because we have allowed politics and disunity to cripple into our midst, in issue like this, the president's supposed to know what to say. Awe ana arobi Roma, aikayati meeting where this is how we react. That is one. If I'm on the answer, I'm true to the question. No one okay. Secondly, it is because, like I said before, a lot of Edo Union are politically divided, which you also know. Yeah. The last election nearly caused fight in nearly half of Edo Union worldwide. Some are PDP, some are APC. So where I want you to touch on, where I want you to give the advice, is it not time for our elders to know that whether you are PDP, still be PDP, whether you are APC, still be APC, when it comes to Edo thing, we must say one thing. This is what the youth is clamoring for. Because I know Edo community Vienna, we are politically divided. I'm a witness to that, and I'm the PRO. And it is their right to belong to whatever party they want to belong to. It is my right also to belong to whatever party I want to belong to. But it is my duty, it is an obligation as an Edo man, without fear or favor, to defend Benin culture, keeping my political party aside. That I have always done. That I've always put into play. People who know me knows that sometimes I might be overzealous, emotionally controlled, but I don't compromise. So why our elders not doing these things, sir? This is the question. Thank you.
Okay. Let me put it this way. Based on what I know, that's what I was speaking about.
Yes,
what
sir.
I know about London now. I know there are different group in London. Where Otunaije I am in Osunuvani, okay?
Exactly, sir.
If I'm not in your WhatsApp group, I will not know what you are posting on your WhatsApp group, okay? Like on TikTok now. TikTok, you can stroll on TikTok straight market because you can enter anybody's chat and see what they are doing. But on WhatsApp, if I'm not in your WhatsApp group, I will not be able to know what your WhatsApp group is doing. So, because I'm in Benin Union WhatsApp group, that's why I'm able to tell you what is happening in Benin Union WhatsApp group. Now, if what you are indirectly saying is that it is time for us to come together as one, irrespective of our affiliation in different parties, which is very good, which is right. By Sunday, by the grace of God, this question you throw to me now, I'm going to speak to the president of Benin Union to say, please, sir, can you use your office? Now let us contact every other Benin Union all over the world to form an association of oneness for the sake of what we believe. So if the oneness, because I don't know whether he do have a communication with them as a president, but now, if I'm in the meeting, the end of this Sunday of this month, I'm going to tell him, sir, do you have a venue of reaching every other Benin Union president? If he say yes, he do, then ask, okay, is it okay? Is it not time that all the Benin Union Association all over the world should unite together as a team and also to speak with one voice in every issue that has to do with the Benin people and with the palace in particular? I think what you just raised now is a very good idea that we all should come together. It is me who always say that a job of everybody does not belong to one man. Okay? A job of everybody, we all must come together and put our hands together and do it together. For example, vis-a-vis, let's ask, it's 3 of us here now, 4 of us. It's okay. We need 100 pounds. You ask me, if I bring out 100 pounds, I'll say, why should only me bring out 100 pounds? It is 4 of us here. But if 4 of us break ranks, okay, let's share it. 100 pounds, 250, 250. Before you know it, 100 pounds is complete. Okay, so that is what we want to. I think that is the strategy now. I will put before my president on Sunday, the last Sunday of the month, that you as the president, you are in a very strategic position. Use your good office. Let's do this rallying around to put all the Benin Union, all the leaders, in one group. So therefore, that if anything is going on in Benin, there should be that solidarity, that a letter should be sent out or a video should be made by whatever way, shape, or form, that the people in Benin, that other Edos all over the world, we know, yes, we have a community that is united, and we have a community that speak with one voice. So I will definitely, I will deliver this message at the end of at the end of the month, on the last Sunday of the month. That message will deliver. Not only will I deliver it, I personally will make sure that I follow it up for the president to do the needful, because okay, we all need to team up together and to make sure we work for the benefit of Edo people, both home and abroad.
Thank you, sir. Before another question, our brother in the house, you are welcome. Our brother in the house, you are welcome, sir.
Yeah. Can you people hear me?
Yeah, we hear you already. Okay, we greet you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Pakisli, that this your question was a very, very nice question. Very good one. I was part of an OGBK group where they have about more than 1,000 followers in that WhatsApp group. Pakisli, you can testify about that.
Exactly.
That very group, there was a time when all these people started writing rubbish about Palace. So I was the only one coming out, and you now came to join me.
Exactly.
You now came to join me, and all those stuff. Then we now left. When we left, Igbonesu personally called me privately to appeal with me that he want to bring me back and all those stuff. And I let him know about some stuff that is going on there. So he had me. When he had me, so it took me time before I accept. And I noticed that in that very group, they have a lot of air worker children in that group. Frankie Rabo is in that group. Even there was one person that I see engaged with one time. The person went to go and bring Ogiame video and put it in that particular group. They refused to delete that video. I was the one that ever came out, started attacking that person, that he have to delete that video. Then one of our brother again joined me. Then if you put these people in that group, a lot of them are Obaseki supporters. When you see that they will be writing rubbish indirectly, some of them directly to the palace. Igbinosi will not delete it. But once you come in, he will delete it. Once you put any video that we use to counter Obaseki, he will delete it. Then he went to go and create another group again. He said that is a political group, which if you want to talk about politics, you can go there to go and discuss politics there. Then I noticed that very group, Apostle Inosa is in that group. Apostle Uyinosa, who said he want to go and blow his father's house, is in that group. Even there was a time, that was recently, about that Yaloja something. The letter that Frankie Rabot wrote from the palace, before Frankie Rabot published that letter out, it was that group he put it first. When he put it in the group, one particular lady who is always attacking palace, he say, there are some errors in this letter. And I was surprised Frankie Rabot even replied. He said, can you pinpoint any of the errors here? I was shocked. Frankie Rabot is in this group. And a lot of Obaseki supporters, even Igbinesu, they were all against the palace. You know, the last one, yeah, that was about a few days ago before before he personally removed me from the group. He said I should stop calling people Oyomba. That is what he told me before he removed me from the group.
Okay, sir.
You know,
Okay, sir.
so they have a group like that. None of them can ever come out with a statement that we condemn the heart of what this Ehena Shaw or Basiki. They don't do it. So what is the purpose of having a larger group like that? Huh? We have a Benin community here. How many of them have ever come out to petition Abat?
Okay,
All of them keep mute.
thank you, my brother. So I just that was a nice one. A lot of people know you on the background already. I just make I not leave you for the background. So,
Yes,
Ipa,
sir.
another question for you also because I know question on it. Then before we start taking questions, I have a lot of questions in Mavek Benere. They call us So the last question for you, sir. Don't you think it is now time for us to, because 80% of our market women don't even know what is taking place in the social media, what they have been doing. Don't you think it's time for us now to gather it and give all these videos that they are using to insult their father to Avi, all the head of Iyeki, for them to for them to look at it and pray for those doing it? Don't you think it's time for us now? We have gotten to that junction because we have been keeping quiet. It's time. Don't you think it's time for us now to gather the names and the videos and voice notes and pictures of those people, then go and hand it over to our market women? This is what they are doing to our father and our society.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that question. First and foremost, the Yaki issue is still very fresh, and they're still trying to regroup. And some markets have their Yaki already. Some are still thinking whether they should have it or not, and they see a lot of issue going on with the Yaki. So the Yaki issue right now is that if we are able to liaise with our brother, what is his name again? What was your name? Yahweh? Masha.
That's right. Yeah, Otwedo.
We're able to, liaise with Masha. So Masha will be able to know the new Ijeki that is going on rather than the old ones. So if we can liaise with Masha to put all of them together and have an association to say, okay, these are the heads of all Ijeki. So that we will not brief them what is going on. Because where okay, for the Ijeki Association to act, they cannot just act on their own. So they also need to seek a consent from the palace. Okay? Because all Ijeki has a role they play in the palace. They don't just act when they become Ijeki.
Yeah, the reason why I know that they will still go to the permission from the palace, but as at now, don't be surprised that majority of they will tell us that mama even also know mama beg video now. So
Yeah,
when we let them know, they will gather on their own with their annoyance and say, Papa, this is what we are seeing. Give us the permission for us to do what we want to do. So that's why in a way, our mind saying I am with Maya. Come on, sir.
Correct, sir. That is very correct. That's why now we need to speak with Masha. Okay? Masha is on ground in Benin. And Masha
Yes.
is the one going around all the markets where they are doing their election and not seeing all of them, because God bless that young man.
Amen.
He has taken it upon himself now to be visiting every market to make sure every market has proper Ijeki, not artificial Ijeki. So through Masha now, it is through him we will not be able to know, because the last time I spoke to him, he said he has most of them, he has their phone number. which is very, very easy now for him to reach them. So when we reach out to Masha, we'll tell Masha, this is what we are suggesting. So Masha will not take it to the women and discuss with them. When they agree to it, then they will now go and seek a clearance, because for Ejeki to come out and make a proclamation, then they need approval to do that. They can't do that only individually, they can do it, but as a group, okay, then they will need a permission from the palace to be able to do that. Because of where Oboga Ariake, because they are not just Iyeki leader, they have a role they play in the palace. They're almost like the palace representative in the market. So whatever they do as an Iyeki, they have to be a clearance. So it's a very good idea.
Okay, sir.
I will put it before Masha. I will call him and tell him your suggestion. If we have opportunity, we'll make it a kind of a conference call. Then we put it before him. Let's also hear his opinion.
Exactly, sir.
Yeah, let's hear his opinion. Then we see how we can take it further. So far, good in name. Then, which means whatever ways I can take you out of my way, I will. So that's what it is. So, you're not take me out. You might think you're not take me out. If you know the look your back here, or can be Ryan.
Sir. So a very sensitive question, sir.
Yes,
very, 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 very sensitive. And you are played a very, very big role in it. You have been playing a role here in Europe as our father, and another role again as a son of our former Oba Olua. So Gig's son, working. So it's direct line. So now we know that a lot of Enigye was suspended, and you alone here is the only one who have placed the interest of the state, the interest of the kingdom above your own personal family interest. And we commend you because you came out live to condemn. And in as much as your own lineage was part of the suspended one, you are the only one who stand up and stood with the Oba and said the Oba did a right thing. And if you had your way, you can beg for clemency. But the Oba decision is still the final. Whatever he says is what you stand on. We have found out that majority of the supporters in Europe are the sons of these former Enigies and chief also, who have been stopped from their criminal act of selling land, because a lot of them are annoyed because a lot of Edo people don't know what is taking place, that we have a multitude of people writing, you will hear their name, but people don't know that these people writing, their family have been suspended. So, sir, I want you to touch light also on it, because as a son of a former Enogie, who did not shy away by standing for the truth, why are the other sons and daughters of this Enigi coming out to support their father in the wrong manner? So, and also to fuel the wahala. So, sir, Egwi will not in Katai were very sensitive. Sorry, sir, if I ask you.
No. It's to be sorry about.
Bayoko, you feel free to off your video, okay? So that means yours do okay. If you like, leave one like if you like, off and your voice will want to hear.
Okay, if I go ahead, answer.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. I knew what happened. Papa what happened wouldn't have happened. Everything still boils down to Godwin, the ex-governor of Edo State. He is the one that lured them into this direction. Because most of these Enogi and the Enigi, some of them are 90 years old. Some of them are 80 years old. And above all, some of them are uneducated. I won't call them illiterate. No. Some of them are uneducated. So the governor were promising them a welfare. I will rebuild your region. I will do this. I will do that. I will do that. But the governor that were promising them heaven and earth has only 6 months to be in the office. He was telling them, I will do this, I will do that. I told my father, the governor is promising this, the governor is going to leave in 6 months' time. What was the problem? The governor were hoping that Aswani Godalo will win the election. I personally, I intervened before the suspension happened. We are hoping that Aswani Godalo will win the court case, then Obaseki will continue. But unfortunately is that Enika Wavy, Enika Ona fear with you that Aswani Godalo lost the election. Aswani Godalo, I've said it personally, is a fine young man. He would have been a very, very good governor if given opportunity. But the person that was aiding him, so that was the problem. So the issue of the Enogi and the Enigi,
their relatives, their children are the one causing the problem now.
Yeah, the reason why some of them are quiet, or where it can't put here better. Okay, if you know what that means.
No, sir, they are not quiet. They are writing against the palace.
That's what I'm saying now.
Oh,
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Because to their mind and to their ignorance, not knowing the history and the historic monument of the seat of the Oba of Benin, that stood, if a child of 1 year is on top of that stool, a man of 100 years old will lie down flat to prostrate to honor the man on that stool, that little boy of 2 or 3 years old. The 100 years old man is not nearly down before the young boy. The 100 years old man is nearly down because of that stool that the people, all the ancestors of about thousands of years have sat down on that stool. That's what the old man is nearly down before. The Oba of Benin is the Oba of Benin. It doesn't matter how old he is. Okay? It is because of this stew that he sat down on. So the children of the Enogies or the Enigi, who I will regard that they are acting in ignorance, because they have not taken their time to read the history of what the throne have represented for thousands of years till now. Okay? They are only looking at their own side. Okay, we lost our source of income because their father was a Nogie or a Nige. He have access to the land, blah, 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 blah. My dear, what they should understood is that a crime was committed. That is it. The Enigians and the Enogi committed a crime. And that crime has to be judged early. So if the children of the Enogians and the Enigians are angry, spewing out rubbish from their mouth, it's because they are ignorant of the history of the entire Benin Kingdom. Okay? You cannot bite the finger that fed you. Okay, for example, there are born Enogi, which are hereditary. There are appointed Enigi, which were appointed. For my father is born Enogi. Actually, the the city of Eho or the village of Eho was not built by anyone, was built by the Enogie of Eho. Okay? So it wasn't that Agora Revani Anagenoge. No. We founded it by ourselves. By right, it belongs to us because we founded it by ourselves. Okay? We were not appointed. Now, there are some Enogie or Enige that were sent to go and take over a place because the place was already in existence. Okay? Now, that is me. I'm here today. Tomorrow I might not be here. That is what I want to do. If I'm going to die tomorrow or a minute from now, for me, I'm so happy about my age. I'm 3 score plus right now. If he ends tomorrow, or even if he ends a minute from now, I will never call black white or white black. Who's respecting whose God it is, I don't care. So the truth is the truth. So all the Enogies and the Enigi have the opportunity to appeal, to beg for leniency. There was a gap before the letter came out. There was a period that when the news came, there was a period that they would have taken advantage. Okay, guess what? All the Enogi that begged for forgiveness before the letter came out were forgiven. Before the letter was published, the Enogies and the Enigies that asked for forgiveness were forgiven. But after the letter came out, those that started to come to say, oh, we are sorry. Where were you before the letter came out? Why did you say you are sorry before the letter came out? I don't care. My father is involved in it. So I know the truth. And I stand for the truth. If they have apologized before the letter came out, all of them would have been forgiven. But they refused to apologize before the letter came out. That is why none of them are where they are right now. Okay? That is why they are where they are right now, because they refused to apologize before the letter came out. Okay? It is the Oba of Benin. Omogo Gatokbe is said. Oba Gatokbe is said. Oba Gatokbe is said. He is the custodian of the entire Benin Kingdom. He is the landlord.
Okay, sir.
You
What
cannot
is
tell a landlord how he should fix his house.
okay now, sir? Because you touched the two sensitive issues that make us to come out. First, to touch light on our inactive at the moment. Not that they are generally not inactive, our Edo community, due to some circumstances, and you have touched light on it, which I see a very promising united future ahead of us by you promising to liaise with the Edo community London branch to have a collective leadership worldwide together, so that at the end of it all, it is easy for us to arrest issue like this in the near future. That one is settled. What is your advice now on the issue concerning the Enige? Because if I am not well informed, I happen not to come from Igbesama, I happen not to be from Meru, I happen not to be Isekura, I happen not to be Ohoba Onikwen, who is naive when it comes to my history. When I see somebody like you, if you are not supporting the palace and you are saying something negative towards that region, I will easily believe you, because your father is a Nigi. Your father is closer to the palace. I will believe whatever propaganda. So how are you going to correct these people now? Because they are doing more damages to themselves. They are also doing more damages. If there is any little hope of our father forgiving and returning that same, title, if not to the father or maybe to the son, but by them tolling this line, because they are being watched, a lot of people are taking record about what they do. What is your advice to them, sir, so that they can retrace their setback? Don't know why.
Wese Oyogamie. I want Bonaja Bovioma, Obona Vias Kegbe. My pleas to our royal father. The Enogies or the Enigi, they have erred, and of which by now they have all realized. They've all come together to say they are sorry. Okay, having said that you are sorry, it is up to me whether to accept your apology or not to accept your apology. And there is no time frame when you will be recalled or when you people say, he should have just you are not in his position. Or when not be better, okay? Do you know if Obaseki have succeeded? Do you know the damage that plan was going to damage the palace to create seven local government traditional ruler? Do you know what damage that would have been? So it is up to him. He have heard their plea that they are sorry. Yes, he heard it. So it's up to him when he will forgive, and when he's going to do it, it's up to him. So everybody has been talking, everybody, we are sorry. But if there are people out there who are still speaking rubbish from their mouth.
That is the children, your advice to the children.
My advice to the children is that they should shut up their mouth. No advice.
No, all the
children of the Enogies and the Enigi, look for me, Joseph Ogiel. Look for my number, called me. What I'm saying is that if your father were guilty, just the way my father were guilty, whether they say they are guilty or they are not guilty, but according to Eriman or Rekete, you have offended him. Whether you call it offense or not, to him, you have offended him, and he has also put it before you that you have offended him. You have come to say you are sorry. You want forgiveness. It is up to him to forgive you, to return you to your position, or peradventure to give the position to your son, whenever he chooses. But at this moment, all the Enogis and the Enigis and their children, please do not exacerbate the matter. Don't add petrol to the fire. All I will say to you, whenever you open your mouth in the public, let it be that that one day, Erima Venikau will turn around to say, okay, fine. All the Enogis, go back to your position. Until then, don't make the matter worse. Because Odewo, of your mamina fear, okbebe vano. Of your mamina fear, okbebe vano. Don't make matter worse for your father, and don't make matter worse for yourself, and do not make the matter worse for your community. The person we are Lerumuna or Lerunogioma is to Godwin, Obiago. It is he who pushed your father into this predicament. Godwin is going around telling everybody he didn't offend the palace. He did not offend the Enigis or the Enogis. He increases their salary. He wanted to promote them. He only act on the law that he meant. I am waiting for him in London to say that rubbish before me, that he did not offend the palace. He did not offend the Enogis or the Enigi. I will tell him face to face where he offended the palace, where he offended the Enigis, because I am a part of it. Okay? You have offended them. You were not the first governor in Edo State. and you will never be the last one. Lucky Benedo was there 8 years. Adam Oshomole was there 8 years. Lucky Oyegumedia was there. Okay? Why all those ones? The law was made, the 1999 decree as amended was already there before this will become a governor. How come you didn't see the law in your first 4 years? Okay? It was in your second term now you now know that the law exists. By that you were fighting for the artifact. It was then now you now remember that the law was there, that you want to make good of the law. Who asked you? Who sent you?
Okay, Baba, the last and not the least, so that we start taking call, which is going to be my time because it's 12 here in Tuna, making Ayakba, because the call will be a lot of the questions. Timba, yes, yes, confirm. That is my papa, my small papa. So, Otaniano, yes, you go down. Brad Timba, the floor is yours. You have your 15 minutes. Flow, sir. Where's it? Don't tell where I don't look for you. I will get you there now. You are welcome.
Yeah, sir.
You throw away me.
Bros, I don't call it higher.
I know. I just talk. I know. So the floor is yours. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. I don't need to ask you any question. Just correct our people, reshaping there, and try to put in so that the awakening will also flow. That our youth, who is totally disfranchised out of this, our culture and the real truth, should be. A name of a giant. So our new brother in the house, also a well-known person, an adult person, an historian. So, Bratimba, you are welcome. So the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you very much. I thank everyone here for having me. I've been paying attention to what's going on. I've heard so much unbearable rancor from both Edo and non-Edo people on this issue, especially those who proclaim themselves to be Igboseki loyalists, you know. And it's so painful that just 128 years after the British invasion, the looting, the balkanization, as well as the subjugation of our people, okay, we are still confronting new attempts to sideline the rightful custodians of our heritage. You know, let's not forget that right from even the days of Oba Eweka II, after the restoration of the kingdom, so many efforts were made for the return of these artifacts, which we all know that they all serve as gateway. Most of them are not there for artworks or even to record events. Most of them were ancestral altars that were looted. You know, since the summer of 1897, the British, they've made so much money from it. Imagine a country like Germany, they're claiming to have returned 1,000 pieces. Imagine how many pieces that the British took. That number keeps changing from time to time, depending on who you ask. The British will tell you they took 900. If you took 900, how come you sold 1,000 to Germans? You sold thousands to France, thousands to the Netherlands. But yet you claim to only, took 900 pieces. Okay. But from research, we find out that it's actually over 14,000 pieces that were looted. And
Ola Koko, is Timba audible? We are him nota.
Loud and clear.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay. So over 14,000 pieces, okay, which collectively is worth over 270 billion pounds in the black market, you know. So you can imagine the enormous wealth of resources. You can imagine the pride that we get when we see all these artifacts being displayed, whether that be in the Smithsonian museums, whether that be in the British Museum or museums in Chicago, New York. As a matter of fact, according to a professor at Jesus College at Oxford University, he boldly proclaimed that if your museum does not have the Benin artifacts, it is not considered to be a prestigious museum. So the Benin artifact is a validation, okay, to determine whether a museum is deemed prestigious or not. You see? So, but the sad thing is this. We keep talking about the artifacts, and rightly so. However, we don't talk about the balkanization that has happened since we lost the war against the British. The fact that we lost the war is not supposed to be a guarantee that our culture, our traditions, our customs and value as a people, will automatically be lost. Okay? Look at the balkanization. They came up with 3 political languages and used it as an instrument for territorial adjustments, boundary adjustments, languages that never happened before. When we fought the Benin-Akure War, between 1816 and 1822, was it called the Benin-Yoruba War? No, it was Benin-Akure, and Akure was part of us. The Udezi of Akure, which they now call Deji, it was just some tax issues, tributary, because we were running a tributary empire that never practiced any form of policy of assimilation. That was a loophole that the British, exploited and began to create these 3 political languages, So just as we are talking about the artifacts, we should be talking about our territories that were lost or that is being currently occupied by people, who so far they are making every effort to write themselves into our history, And you can see the handwriting is already on the wall. Just go and take a look at the so-called Board of Trustees of this Mowaa. You're not going to see any prominent Edo man there. These are people that are going to be involved in the research, archaeology and everything. In the next 5 years, they're going to come up with a report that is going to totally invalidate our history that has been carefully documented. And our future generation, our children, our grandchildren, they will have to come and face this battle once again. You see, after decades of seeking the return of our prestigious artifacts, the powers that be continue to look for ways to subvert and divert the custodianship. So I like what we are doing. We must start firm, united, and ensure that they do not succeed. 128 years after invasion and looting, you can imagine that our custodianship is still under the threat of Wazobia, the threats of the British. So it's so sad. It's so sad. The issue is already here. We have to look for ways to solve them. So many misinformation going on the internet, on the news. Yeah, you have the Arise, the Channels TV and all of that. They are very, very happy to jump into that conversation, of Togri. Oh, talks were there. They sent some boys there. We are no longer playing the politics of Togri. How did the British come into our land? Was it not through Togri and barbarism? Are we going to forget about the fact that Our chiefs, many of them were slaughtered. They were hanged after a kangaroo court. Others decide to take, unalive themselves, so they will not meet that same level of ignominy. You see, public executions. Are we going to forget about the thousands of our women that were raped? And after the British raped them, they set them ablaze. They set them ablaze. And these people want to talk to us about civilization. You see? They went to the center for, because we believe in death penalty in Benin Kingdom. So many countries in the world at that time believe in it. They went to that site and they were talking about human sacrifices as propaganda.
My honorable Timber, please, can you touch light about the role you have just talked about how British, the Wazobia, these three vampires that have been dragging us down? Can you also touch light on our people who were the enablers that allowed, that make it easy for the British to carry out that barbaric act? Because one of them is the one that came back as a governor. Please, can you just touch light? Because a lot of Edo people, like what is taking place now in social media, that Adi Godwin is the reincarnation of Ago, that Ago never betrayed. This what happened, what is happening now, it was what Ago was trying to do to bring development. That is what happened, that we are calling betrayal. That is why he came again. So please, sir, touch light on it, so that as an historian, so that those who know about the role the Ago played then in betraying the Oba and betraying the kingdom and making it easy for the British to succeed in doing what they did. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to start from the because you asked, the questions you asked are a bit multifaceted, so I'm going to try to pick them apart. We talked about you inferred about the Wazobia group, and then you talk about the enablers from the Edo tribe as well. Okay. The first thing that I'm going to say is this. Since the Europeans started coming to Benin, since the year 1472, when the Portuguese first came, and I would like to say that even kingdoms like Ishekri was not in existence at that time. If you look at the visits of the British, the first time they visited us ever. As a matter of fact, the first time the British ever visited any black African was the Benin, and that was the year 1553. After Queen Mary took over the throne, at Falian Castle in England, Queen Mary Queen Mary the First. She was the daughter of King Henry VIII. With so much thing going on at that time, there was a battle between France and Britain. That also involved Scotland. It was called the Scottish Wing. I'm saying all this because you would have imagined that Queen Mary the First had so many things to deal with within England. But our very first focus was to send an envoy to Benin. So 1553, John Thomas Wyndham came to Benin. 140 men crew in 3 ships. They came in and then they met about Orogboa. They gave a glowing description of about Orogboa. They talked about the power, the glory, and they even talked about the so many Portuguese that were in the Benin army, in the Benin Royal Court, including the Weber Society, Remember that Oba Esige created the Iwoki Society, which is a part of the Iwebo Society that were responsible for celestial navigation, and astrology. And that will also try to inform our own idea of the kind of Christianity that was practiced by Oba Esige, which basically did with astrotheology. But that's an issue for another discussion. So I'm just saying that the very first time that the British came to Benin, it was on equal terms, Out of the 140 that came, about 100 of them died in Benin. They were all buried in Benin. It was not through war or anything. It was through sickness and other issues. So only 40 of them returned. Thomas William himself died and was buried in Benin. Okay? So that will tell you that before any other tribe within that concoction we call Nigeria today, we were the very first, to be visited, that had relevance, that had diplomatic ties and relationship, So at that time, the British, they were already envious about our control of resources, how we are able to manage this empire that is a tributary empire, that cuts across the length and breadth of southern Nigeria today, So fast forward to
The enabler.
fast forward to 1850, when Lagos was bombed in 1851, because at 1850, Benin was still firmly in control of Lagos, and every single, Eleko of Eko, whenever they pass away, join our ancestors, they must bring them back to Benin, for burial and everything, and then they will coronate a fresh Eleko of Eko to go back to Lagos.
As at that time, what you are saying, the other word Oba, no Oba of Lagos was using that title.
No, it was Eleko of Eko or Oleko of Eko.
Continue, sir.
So that was what was obtainable. But the British, they found ways, to manipulate. They used some of our Shekiri brothers to stop the return of Kutere, Eleko Kutere, when he was being carried to Benin for burial. That was the first time. This was after they bombed Lagos in 1851. Because they used the guise of slavery, that they wanted to put an end to slavery. Kosoko was very loyal to the Oba of Benin, Eleko Kosoko, so they got rid of him, and then they brought in Makintoye, to be in charge, because he was more or less like an ally to them, so that's one betrayal there, Then we saw what happened when our people saw the bombing of Lagos. It sent some shockwave to the entire empire. Lagos is gone. They made it a colony in 1860 with the Royal Niger Company. Then later on, they started trying to annex. They annexed Ekiti from Benin. They annexed Ondo from Benin. Gradually. At the same time, they were fighting us at Ikumeku, without the eastern part of Benin Empire. Okay? They're fighting us there. While they were doing this, they were setting up the foundation of the Wazobia groups, bringing in characters like Henry Townsend, characters like Ajayi Crowder, institutions like the CMS Church, the Anglican Church, to propagate these three languages. Let me say two, because Islam case is also different enough. So they brought in these two languages, the Wa and the Bia people. Okay? I just told you about the people they used with the Wa side. On the Bia side, they brought in the same Ajayi Crowder. He did a work in 1857, to set the foundation for Igbo language. Then they brought in Thomas John Dennings from Sierra Leone. At that time, he was the vice principal of Forabe College at Sierra Leone. So they brought him over to Benin. Because at that time, there was nothing like Nigeria. It was Benin, you know. Then that was 1897, after the death of H.H. Dobinson, because H.H. Dobinson was the head of the Anglican Church Owerri. At that time, they called that side Niger Coast Protectorate, you know. So H.H. Dobinson died in Benin during that 1897 war. Then they brought in Thomas John Dennings, you know, to start translating the English Bible into Igbo language, or rather the Owerri language. So then about some years later, they brought in Simon Jonas, another returning slave, you know, to do the same.
What you just said, Mr. Timber, you said Owerri language on the line, meaning this language that you call Owerri language was predominantly used by the Owerri people. Are you
Yes,
telling us that through Bishop Adai Crowder translation of the English Bible to Igbo was the means they used to spread Igbo to other non-Igbo speaking tribes? Is that what you are telling us now, sir?
yeah, but it wasn't Ajayi Crowder. Ajayi Crowder did the foundation of the language construction, yeah? He used Owerri language. He took some from Umuahia people, okay? Then he took some from the Ika people, because the plan was basically to divide Nigeria into three, right? Or to divide the empire into three or into two from the certain side, okay? From the western part of it, they shows your language. Do you understand?
Yes.
Crowder and Townsend, the CMS Church, the Anglican Church, they used your language, all right? Now, with your language, they started, you know, forcing that language on the Igbomina people, the Ketu people, you know, the Laje people, the Kale people, the Jebu, you know, the Ikoya people from the Kale, which were clearly the Edo people, you know. So over 26 different ethnic groups that have gone into extinction because of their acceptance, you know, of the Oyo language and as a political group called Yoruba. Same
Okay,
thing.
for time factor, sir, because I will still have a discussion with Epa Joseph Ogio and with Olakoko, who will still come again so that you have a very clear elaboration and we'll touch on all this issue. But please fast forward. The enablers, you know, what is taking place today, how
Okay.
the Obaseki enable the role he played in
Now,
making sure that the British defeated Obavorami. So, thank you.
yeah, that's fine. And again, the purpose of trying to build up this foundation is for people to understand what was going on. So many of our kingdoms, all right, were promised protection. Do you understand? You know, because we are an empire, all right? We are
Yes,
an empire. So an
yes.
empire has so many kingdoms, you know,
Inside.
like the Warri Kingdom, the Agbo Kingdom, the Doani Kingdom, the Bele Kingdom, Akutugbo Kingdom. Do you understand? The Kobue
Yes.
Kingdom, you know, and so on and so forth. All right. So they promised them protection individually. Okay. Now, because of the individual protection and treaties that were signed among them, but when it now came to the main emperor himself, you know, he was not going to relent on things like import duties. The British wanted a pathway, you know, they wanted a corridor because they've already annexed some kingdoms. They've not succeeded in annexing the main Edo, you know, you get the nucleus of the empire. They
Yes.
didn't succeed us at that time. Okay, so they wanted a trade route, you know, that will enable them to pass through these other kingdoms that have been annexed up to Lagos, so they can start taking palm oil, you know, rubber. You understand? Because we are very good with rubber plantation. All right. So that import duties that Oba was collecting from various parts of the empire, he was never going to relent on that. Okay, and when the British brought the treaty. I've seen that treaty. And every time I go through my archives and look at the treaty, I'm so proud of Obavora Minogbasi for not signing that treaty, for not selling us out as a people. Do you understand? Because if you look at the terms and conditions, but, you know, we have the Obaseki there, the ESL, you know, who was very, very easy to cajole and manipulate, and he supported the British, you know, not just him, even people like the Isomos at that time, you know, it did not come out for war, it did not come out for the fight. It was like Omakame, you know, you can imagine. So these are some of the things. And these people were promised, you know, heaven and earth, their children, you know. So a whole lot of things. And our Obaseki wanted to be the monarch, the Oba of Benin. That was what he wanted, you know. But thank God for Chief Pharaoh that never allowed that to happen, you know. And we had Oba Eweka II, who was eventually coronated, you know, after 17 years. Because from 1897 to 1914, that's 17 years of interregnum. And that is a testament that a stranger can never sit on that throne. You know, a stranger can never sit on that throne. Whatever happens on that throne, and with everything with our kingdom, they are all subject to Emidu. You know, it's the Emidu that is going to determine who sits, you know, or who uses any form of our cultural symbols, including our royal symbols of Adanebe. You
Okay.
know, so today we can see the Wazobia group trying to live. This emblem is, you know, present almost everywhere across Nigeria, across southern Nigeria. That is a testament of the empire. But because they know this truth, they are trying to take advantage. They are trying to steal it right now. You can see the owner of Ife parading with our Adanebe. That issue, we are still going to address it, you know, because in the next 50 years, they are going to try saying, oh man, so and so only used it. So what are you saying? It belongs to them, you know. So these are just some of the issues, okay? There are still plenty more to talk about, but just like you said, because of time, you know, just throw that out a little bit. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Before I will just ask the last question, maybe there is caller. I don't know when are you going to be free. There are two things me and myself and Epa Joseph Ugio and Ola Koko have been planning to do. We just forgot concerning that Oni of Ife. Epa is here. We have been planning to rebuke it, but just because of this Emowa issue, it consumed our time. We said, let us treat this urgent matter first. So I don't know when you are on here as I'm asking. I don't know when you are going to be free to join so that we will do it combined. We will touch you and Epa, you know, you will touch on the issue of concerning that Ada and Ebe, which Oni of Ife is trying to parade. And at the same time also use the opportunity to finish what you were discussing today, you know, the teaching how we were losing our kingdom inside the empire gradually till the capital city, so that people will really understand what really take place, what happened, and what we have been saying in social media. It is not lie, it is fact that a lot of people are trying to use politics, you know, to cover the real truth, because when the truth come out, the palace will be people will stand for the palace and stand for things that have to do with Benin Kingdom. So please, I don't know when you are going to have time that we do it, because people have been asking Olakoko and asking me and Maria Atai. So you're on here. When do you think will be okay so that our people can take time, buy their popcorn to come and listen to this pure history? Because you are well verse in date and time and when it happened, and names of those people also, which is very, very important. The people can easily make reference, because I've forgotten some of those names of the white men. So the people can easily make reference to those names and at the same time cross-check and know where the truth lies so that our youth will be armed with the truth. So, sir, when are you going to have time?
What date is on the 18th? Because I have so many academic work that I'm doing. So I know I'll be doing one of the.
But it's possible for you in this week before Sunday.
I don't think so. After 18th, I'll be
On the
free.
18th Tuesday.
Okay, on the 18th Tuesday, yeah.
Yes, sir.
After 18th. So let's fix it after 18th.
Okay, we will do it on the 19th. So viewers, lovers of Edo, if you're doing on the 19th, which is on Wednesday, we are going to have a 3 hours explosive based on this issue. So buy your popcorn, buy your water or Coca-Cola, and sit down uninterrupted and listen. Those who want to still ask questions, you can also call in. So as at now, Ola Coco, if there's any caller, we can call, we can receive. The questions will be directed to EPA, Joseph Ogio, and also my brother Timba. So these are the two people that will answer it. Normal, I want to shift us to EPA. So Timba will join. If there's any question, any call, so go on.
Yeah, my congrats. Yeah, I really appreciate everyone. I believe for this today broadcast, we can see we are enjoying it, and we really give kudos to everyone, and especially our new congrats that you all join us today, congrats Timba. Thank you very much. We are looking forward to have you again. So I believe there's no. I already have the phone, so there's no call today.
Okay.
Just,
okay. So, EPA Timba, you have 2 minutes. EPA have 2 minutes. Just a closing remark directing towards the unification advice for our youth. So, Timba, you first. What do you have for our youth?
Well, I would say this. We need to break away from this grip of partisan politics. We must understand the fact that Nigeria as a country was never our idea. We already have a functioning and existing country called the Kingdom of Benin. And we must remember that the Brazil you hear of today, we were one of the first to recognize their independence. And today they are still was strong while we lost ours. As Edo people, you must understand this fundamental truth that your allegiance, your loyalty, your pledge is to the great Benin monarch, is to the kingdom, and not to some miscreant Wazobia element in Abuja. Okay? That should be, so into your subconscious mind. You must understand this, and there are evidence for that. And one of the prominent one is that our Oba, Ovora Menangbaise, never signed a treaty to be part of Nigeria, never ceded his territories, okay? And you must know that the more you accept the dictates, of these politicians who are, essentially the custodians put in place by the British to make sure that we never grow. As long as you play to their tune, we are never going to get any form of restoration or closure to what happened to us in 1897. So the spirit must be up. You must become very uppity, and make sure that whatever you do, whether you work for a politician or not, that your primary focus must be, to the upliftment of our empire. Thank you.
Very much.
Sir. EPA, what do your remark, your advice for our youth, sir? Sir.
First and foremost, I need to pay tribute to our brother, Sir Timber. It is good to have you here today. I'm so happy that you could join us. And thank you for the enlightenment. And because of where you coming today now has given us a lot of boost to hear a lot of things that some people have not been privileged to hear. I really say, may God and our ancestors continue to bless you and to help in your endeavor. Thank you very much. To my able youth out there, to the people of Benin and those Edo citizens in general, wherever you are. Okay, you cannot tell somebody you've taken your bath, you forgot to wash your face. I said there is a reason why you deliberately don't want to wash it. No matter what, Benin has been in existence before every other region you can see in Nigeria today. So, admonition to all our brothers and sisters all over the world, my Benin brothers, my Benin sisters, Ununo Zedone, Wagimayo Bimaya Dolemimayu. Let us fix our home by ourselves. The stranger will not do it for us. It is our home. Let us rebuild it. Just as Nehemiah heard that the wall of Jerusalem had been broken down, and he went and took some of his brethren, they rebuilt the wall. Even while you are building it, there are some people that will say, oh, if you try it, you're going to be arrested by the Nigerian government. Well, before Nigeria came, Benin Kingdom was already in existence. Okay, so let us rebuild our home. We are not a part of Nigeria. That's why they call it Wazobia. The Igbos, the Yorubas, and the Hausas are the custodian of Nigeria. Benin Kingdom were never added to it. So if the British has want Nigeria to function as a country, they would have added Benin people to it. But because they don't want it to function as a country, and that is the same reason it's not functioning today. Since 1914, when it was amalgamated and created in 1960, Nigeria have never seen the light of the day. They have so much, but they are languishing in abject poverty. Why? Because the foundation is faulty. Because Nigeria is built on top of Benin Kingdom. So let us rebuild our home. Let us rebuild our home. It's never too late. Let us do it together. And may our ancestors give us the grace to work together in unity to rebuild Benin Kingdom. Obaga Tokbe is said. Obaga Tokbe is said.
So Ola Koko, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And
Thank you.
See you all for the next
Okay,
program.
Timba.
Thank you, Ola Koko. God bless you.
Bless you too. Thank you.